White Burgundy, big favourite around the Christmas time. Great wine to go with your Christmas turkey. So what is it? Chardonnay is the simple answer, I suppose. Most people go, oh, Chardonnay, I don't like Chardonnay. But don't do that. That's a bad thing to do. You want to sort of open your mind to Chardonnay in particular and white Burgundies as well, because there's a great reward in tasting and enjoying these wines, particularly with food. Chardonnay as a grape itself is a really great flexible palate or style for winemakers to show off what they can do. So you can do a lot of sort of treatment in the cellar with it. You can do a lot of stuff with oak, how it's grown in the vineyards. And you can really manipulate Chardonnay to produce something really wonderful, and essentially the best white wines in the world are made out of a Chardonnay. And not only that, they're made in Burgundy as well. They fetch astronomical prices. So next time you buy your only Sauvignon Blanc at the shop or wherever, just think that's, you know, Sauvignon Blanc has a price ceiling of maybe 20-30 pounds a bottle, I suppose. Chardonnays can go into the hundreds and thousands a bottle, particularly from this part of France. So this one here is from Domaine Jaeger Defaix. It's a 2016 Premier Cru from Rouly, and Rouly is in the Côte Chalonnaise. So Burgundy is broken up into different sections. The key and the best sort of wines are grown in what is known as a Côte d'Or, and that's split between the Côte de Beaune and the Côte de Nuits. But in the southern part is predominantly the white wine territory, so around the Meursaults, the Puligny-Montrachet, the Chassagne-Montrachet, and so on. Just south of the Côte d'Or is Côte Chalonnaise, and Rouly is one of the villages there, and it's sort of very close to the southern border of Burgundy, of the Côte d'Or, and Côte de Beaune. So while not coming from the best vineyard sites, they're coming from very good vineyard sites. And Premier Cru as well is coming from the best vineyard sites in Rouly. There's no Grand Crus in this particular area as well. Now, the big problem with Burgundy these days is affordability for a lot of people. It's just that prices of Burgundy has become astronomical. It's become like a luxury item or a collectible item, a bit like fine art, I suppose, at the very upper echelons where you're paying thousands and thousands of pounds per bottle for this stuff. But you can experience really good Burgundy at a much lesser price. Now this Jaeger Defaix one is mid to high 20s, I suppose, so still not a cheap wine by any means, but well worth a go. So 2016 vintage, Jaeger Defaix are a Chablis house, but they have holdings here in Côte Chalonnaise. Premier Cru, as I say, from Mont-Palais is the vineyard, or the vineyard territory there, I suppose. All hand-picked, processed in the winery, very gentle pressings, and then it sees an 18-month period spent on in barrel, which is sort of 1 to 5 year barrels as well. So it's not brand new barrels to overpower the wines. They want to add subtlety, texture, complexity to the actual wine to sort of make it that sort of food-friendly style, I guess. So colour-wise, with white Burgundies in particular, they tend to be a bit deeper colour. They'll be a bit more golden on the look. That tends to be a bit riper, a bit more oak treatment in the wine as well. Lovely nose. It's kind of almond pastry sort of notes. Ripe stone fruit, becoming a little peachy. It's opened up a little bit as it's sort of warmed up a bit. White Burgundy as well, you don't want to drink it too cold. Generally, if it's frost in the glass, it's too cold, and white Burgundy, even you want to drink that a little bit warmer, just below room temperature, maybe 12 to 14 degrees, probably cellar temperature, I suppose classic cellar temperature is a good temperature to drink white Burgundy because it helps the aromatics. They're not aromatically powerful like sort of Sauvignon Blancs and Rieslings and things like that. They're more subtle, more elegant, more delicate styles of wines. So you don't want to overcool them, which will kill all that. First thing you get is the texture. It's got a bit of weight. And that's coming from the barrel aging It's coming from batonnage, which is lee stirring. When the wine sits in the barrel, there's like a deposit of yeast, and it gets stirred up every so often, and that kicks it up into the wines again and gives it more weight, texture, complexity. You get a nice little bit of toastiness coming through in the finish there, and that's coming off the barrels as well. Nice sort of riper, peachy, pineapple-y style fruit coming through. Really elegant style of wine. Now, why these wines as well are really good with your Christmas dinner, which is coming up very soon, now at the beginning of December, is they've got the acidity, natural acidity in there, which helps cut through all those sort of fatty notes of the turkey and fits with a lot of the flavours that are the meze of flavours that's on your Christmas dinner plate. These wines can cut through it. They have the fruit and the weight and the texture to balance it all up. They're really good food match for that sort of thing, and really show themselves powerfully well with food. The Jaeger Defaix Premier Cru really is very enjoyable, I must say. I would highly recommend it. Even though it's maybe beyond a lot of people's sort of normal budgets, if you're having a special meal, and particularly coming into Christmas, these are wines that you want to have a look at. They will reward the extra spend, no doubt. You get what you pay for when it comes to wine. There's no doubt about that. So there you go. That's Domaine Jaeger Defaix Premier Cru really, Mont-Palais 2016. Remember, kwmwine.com. Place for taste matters. Cheers. Delicious.